Look, Raylan, the alchemist's little lady sent her lapdog.
Aye.
So, dog, speak. Got the gold? Raylan, this bastard's up to something.
Or he's knocked his head.
Aye, last chance. Either we finish the deal, or we settle this another way. So, got the gold. Raylan, check it.
No much.
Not much. You heard him. We lost 3 of our brothers on this job. You think we could just go back to the village and say they died so we can walk away with a handful of coins?
Double it.
How dare you?
He's right, Kvor. Let's hand him the cursed thing and be off. Nothing left for us here.
You're lucky today, stranger. Pray we never cross paths again.
You did it! Wonderful! I don't think I need to hear the details of that meeting. What matters is that it's all behind us now. I'm deeply grateful. Here's a reward for your efforts. I'll soon begin my more extensive research on the brain centers of all 4 subjects. Oh, and one more thing. You've proven yourself trustworthy, so you'll find a few special items in my shop now. Perhaps something will catch your interest? Hope you'll find something useful for yourself. You've already done so much. Thank you for that. That said, there's one more thing you could help me with. The Guild has been trying to get in touch with Dolph Jonkheer for a while now. He went missing somewhere in the Forlorn Swords. All I know is that he was supposed to be conducting research in the territory of the Sven tribe. We need to make sure he's safe and sound. I appreciate it. Once you find him, ask him to provide a report on his research and bring it back to me. I'll pass it along to the right people. Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious about this. It's standard practice. Every member of the Alchemist Guild is required to submit these reports from time to time. Until next time.
Stay sharp. Your road ends here. That's all you've got.
Let me guess. Vidar sent you. I was wondering when he'd finally get around to me. Always thorough, that one. But haven't we met before? Down in the depths of the island asylum? Ah, so we were rats in the same cage. Small world. And now you're here, playing executioner? Funny how fate works. So, any questions before we get to the point of your visit? I think you already know the answer to that. I'm a crow, and we have friends in important places. Island Asylum is no different. One such friend was very apologetic about my capture. The moment I got out of my cell, soon after our chat, he found me and smuggled me back to shore. I know you must despise us working with Vidar and all, but trust me, being a crow, has its perks. Not at all. They wanted a pict and they caught me off guard. And I have my suspicions about who ratted out my hiding place. I'm more than sure it was our mutual friend, also a pict. Ring any bells? Oh, I know him all right. He's the reason I had to run from my own people. I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the children of Morrigan. They gave me back my life, my purpose, my family. Vidar can kill every last one of us, but he'll never take that away from me. I just hope you realize you're not fighting for Avalon. You're fighting for Vidar's version of it. And so are you, apparently. If being dangerous is all it takes to be hunted, you'd better hope nobody turns their sights on you next. I know what you've done, and I hope you understand the consequences you're bringing upon all of Avalon. But tell me something, how many of us have you killed already? How many names has Vidar whispered in your ear, sending you off like a well-trained hound? You're hunting the children of Morrigan, sure. But what happens when there are no more crows left? Think about it. Will Vidar finally rest? Or will he find another enemy for you to cut through? Believe what you want. If you're too blind to see the truth, that's not my problem. Let's just get this over with.
It's crawling with monsters out there, isn't it? I'm hiding here to get my strength back before moving on. They call me Runner because I'm a fast runner. If I were still with my tribe, I'd have introduced myself as Shabbat. But Scarron the Skin Taker gave me that name, and I just got used to it. Not really. My greatest sin was being a Gunvolder who survived. None of the other tribes would take me in. They think my survival goes against everything the Delrita stand for. Can you believe that? As if surviving is beneath the Delrita. Who needs us dead? Only the worms in the ground. So I joined Scarron the Skin Taker's band. We were like a family, until Scarron decided there was no place for me in his ranks. He's the top dog around here. After I joined him, he called me Runner. Said it was for how fast I'd run away from a fight. He's one mean son of a bitch. At first, it seemed like we all shared the same idea, uniting the Delrita, even the Nameless ones. But over time, he started losing it. He sees conspiracies everywhere, trusts no one, stuff like that. I think the power got to his head. I've heard it happen sometimes. Out of here. Anywhere. The farther the better. I've got just one last piece of unfinished business keeping me in these lands. But I need a lot more strength before I finish my mission. And all these monsters sure aren't making things any easier. I want to get rid of Scarron the Skin Taker. He shouldn't rule over anyone, and he certainly shouldn't try to unite all the scattered Nameless under his banner. But if he succeeds, the way he is now, he'd have us attacking our own brothers. I've had enough bloodshed. One eye's off to his war, and word is that Gurfhan wants to call the moot and go to war with Camelot. Or with one eye for going after Camelot. Either way, it ends with us spilling more of our own blood. But it's the truth. And I was thinking, if you're willing, you see, if Scarron were to be killed by someone outside the Delrita, not only my Nameless brothers will see the truth. So, and I knew, no.
Someone's out there! I survived that! afoot!
Halt! Bow your head when you stand before the king. Bow before King Nobody, the indomitable defender, the scourge of his enemies, the slayer of monsters. I am King Nobody the Bold, King Nobody the Strong, King Nobody the Great. I see you've come from distant lands. What brings you here? Do you bear gifts for your lord, or a sword in your hand to take my crown? So you know who you stand before? You've heard of my glory. Splendid. You may stay and we shall converse. The greatest this world has ever known. My heroic deeds are immortalized on the walls of this very throne room. I won the Battle of the Six Chieftains. I conquered the weirdness and defeated the beasts of the mist. I endured the trials of iron and fire and claimed the crown of the Kings of Kings. I was barely a child. They strapped a breastplate on me twice as heavy as I was and forced me to walk across burning ash. I could barely stand on my feet as the iron pressed me into the coals. I walked a few steps and... No, I did not fall. I walked without hesitation. Yes, I remember it well. Everyone was cheering, and the elders of the tribe proclaimed me the High Chieftain, the King of Kings. The chieftains of the 5 Delarida tribes stood united against me. I faced them alone on a rocky plain, with a sword in one hand and an axe in the other. They lunged at me like wild dogs, yelling that I was not worthy, that I should leave their lands. I killed them one by one, and their blood flowed like a river. They wished to shame me, to strip me of my name and cast me out. But their bodies laid on the plain, and I am remembered in songs. I braved the great water on a raft made of leather and bone. I sailed day and night, and when the thick weirdness came, I drank it in with every breath. I reached a land that had never been marked on any map. I went into a valley shrouded by dense fog when the beast sprang at me. It wore a skull in place of a face, with 3 eyes and gaping jaws bristling with teeth. I lunged at it and split its skull with a single blow. It didn't even have time to howl. It's my name. I gave it to myself. I never had to ask anyone. I have a name. Don't you dare tell me I don't. This is the name of the greatest ruler and warrior to have ever lived. Speak it with respect, or meet my blade. You must either be blind or foolish to say such a thing. Look at all these walls, covered in the chronicles of my glory. Look at all the gold I wear. Look at my throne. No one has ever managed to take it from me. Ha! So you do have eyes. Know my grace. I will allow you to stay and continue admiring my majesty. Arthur? The one who claimed the right to rule Avalon for himself? Arthur, in whose name Camelot is killing the Delarita? Face me in a duel. I will show you who the only true king is. The throne is yours. Respect it. throne is yours.
I sensed your approach, my king. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe, salute you as my forefathers decreed. Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. At least I won't have to bother with that formal drivel Camelot loves so much. Tell me, how does it work with the two of you? Does the king speak through you sometimes? Or is he just a passenger in your head? Will he ever come out and talk to me face to face? Or does he just sit there quietly, never getting involved? Either way, I've got a few things to say to him. Not exactly polite ones. Ah, so he won't be speaking. Still too weak, is he? Not surprising. Well, then give my regards to the old man. Tell him the Gunvaldir tribe stayed loyal to the old treaties right to the end. The same can't be said of the Camelocians. A pack of cowardly dogs without honor. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head, seeing what his beloved capital has been up to. Normal ones. Honorable. He entrusted us with the forlorn swords and his crown, the one he used to command giants. We were sworn to guard them. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. But the Camelocians didn't hold up their end of the deal. May their souls rot in the weirdness. Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish. I'm rallying the tribes, and we're marching on Camelot. Nothing can stop us anymore. Except ourselves, damn it. Why? He's barely gotten his life back, and not even all of it. Does he have a death wish or something? There's a passage, sure. And if you're Arthur, it will open for you. Go ahead, if you think you're strong enough. Nobody's gonna stop you. But let me warn you, it's not going to be an easy journey, or a short one. Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, what if they wake up when they see Arthur?
I doubt they'll be happy. And if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters and other surprises. The legends about this place make it all pretty clear. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there. At least, not until you're sure you have the strength to handle what's hiding inside. Or without the blessing of the tribes, as agreed 600 years ago. You'd know that if you remembered our agreements, Arthur. Yes, the funny thing about our king, as you may already know, was that he was pretty sure of himself and his abilities. He knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted, so he didn't sweat when he made a deal with our ancestors. He said he'd come back for his royal hat only if the kingdom was in a dire situation and if all tribes agreed to let him. Traditionally, this was meant to be done during a moot, an assembly of the tribes, and I'm calling one, so we can help each other out if you're up for it. Well, I need the chieftains to come here because we have to agree on a united front if we're going to fight Camelot. And I want to make damn sure that we fight Camelot not as a solitary tribe, like hot-headed One-Eye once, but as a united force. But I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. I'd like you to look into it. They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along, and gathering them all in one place at the same time. That's almost a miracle. But now they've left Gunvelder in its time of need, and they're ashamed. And that's even worse. That's why you have to shame them even more, so that they have no choice but to come here or risk their honor. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with a because, right? After all, you're the king, aren't you? Exactly. There's only one sane course of action, but you do you. I'll be waiting. I'm not going anywhere. As a Gunvelder, I've got nowhere to go anyway. So, it looks like fate itself decided to push you my way. That has to mean something. But Kedron, that's grim news. He may be blunt as a broken axe, but he's loyal as they come. If he sent a non-Rida in his place, then he knew he was dying, and he chose duty over pride. I won't let that go to waste, and neither will you. Truth is, I'd sent him to do the very same task I've just laid before you. Gather the tribes, call the moot. Now you know how important this is.
War never makes sense. It is a tool for survival. Had I refused to wage war against the Foredwellers, humanity would never have survived on Avalon. So if Gurfhanna declares war on Camelot, Avalon will once again drown in blood. But don't ask me what I think of it. Through your eyes, I see that Camelot is no longer the place I left behind. When I gave the forlorn swords to the tribes of the Dalrita, there was nothing of substance here. A few abandoned giant caves, the occasional lone pillar, nothing more. What stands now must have arisen after my time. And I must admit, I'm impressed with how they've made it their own. Their resilience speaks for itself. This is the entrance to the king's threat. Wouldn't it be wiser to draw on the wisdom of the local tribes before we go in? We must be strong and worthy to... I agree. They might tell us something that helps us make the best possible decision. Let's go see what the Del Rita are struggling with. It's always been worth having them on our side.
Not another step. You. Who are you? And why do you think you belong here? Not here, you don't. Ulfraland ain't for outsiders. Not unless the voice of the tribe says otherwise. Trust me, I wouldn't let you in if you were King Arthur himself. Especially not him. He'd have a sword up his ass before he took a step past this gate. Seal looks real enough. Fine. Go on in. But don't cause trouble. We don't take kindly to outsiders sticking their noses where they shouldn't.